For this project use light to medium weight fabric, not too flowy or stretchy, something like cotton poplin, cotton twill or viscose and poly blends. Cut out all the elements from the main fabric. Mark all the notches and darts. Cut the skirt out of the double folded fabric. Cut the skirt along the fold line. Iron the fusible interfacing to all parts exposed to stretching. Waistline in the skirt, zipper area, neckline and armholes. Use an overlock or a zigzag stitch to secure the edges. Sew the front parts together. Sew the darts on the back and connect the front to the back. Iron all the seams. Overlook the waistline of the bodice and skirt and join the two parts together. Sew on sides of the zipper. Put the zipper to the back neckline so that the slider is about 1.5 cm from the top. Fasten the zipper. Fold the dress with the right sides together matching the notches. Pin it and sew. Make sure the seams end in the same place on both sides of zipper tape and sew the skirt under the zipper. As you can see, the seam does not hit the zipper seam perfectly, and that's fine. It's not visible on the right side. Secure the zipper tape to the seam allowance. Cut out the lining parts, shorten the skirt 5 cm, attach visible interfacing and join all the parts together. From the back and skirt, cut off 1 cm of the seam allowance. Join the two parts together and overlock the edges of the back and the waistline. Fold the dress and lining right sides together and fasten at the neckline. First sew the lining to the zipper tape. Finish about 2 or 3 cm from the end of the zipper. As you can see, the lining is shorter than the dress, so what we have to do now is twist the zipper. Let's take a closer look. Thanks to this trick, the zipper will be nicely finished. Now sew the neckline. If you're a beginner, mark the sewing line, especially in the middle of the front. Cut the center front all the way to the seam. Be careful not to cut the seam. Notch the curves and remove any thickening on the seams. To finish the zipper, just bend the tip towards the lining and turn it inside out. Understitch the neckline and iron it. Now smooth the lining on the shoulder, pin it and trim off any excess fabric. Fold the piece of dress and the lining right sides together, catch it from the wrong side and turn inside out. Pin the side seams and arm seams right sides together. Pin up as much as possible. Start sewing the fastened part, and then, without lifting the needle, pull out one piece at a time and continue sewing. After making sure that you sew in correctly, notch the rounded parts of the armhole and cut out small triangles in the place where the armhole goes into the sleeve. Turn over to the right side and understitch the armhole area. Sew the lining under the zipper, leaving a hole about 1 cm. Both circle skirts have a tendency to stretch out, so we need to even the hemline. Measure from the waistline the chosen skirt length. Mark and cut off excess fabric. I finished the lining skirt with a baby hem. It's very easy and nice finish. Fold the hem 1 cm and sew at the edge. Cut off the fabric as close to the seam as possible. Fold again and sew on the previously made seam. I finished the bottom of the dress with a bias tape. I think it's the easiest way to finish a full circus skirt. Put the bias tape with the right side to the hem of the skirt. Fold the ends of the bias tape with the right sides together, sew and trim off the excess fabric. Iron and baste the hem, sew it on. Join the waistline seam allowances of the dress and lining, and the dress is ready.